This is the Chrissie Swan Show.
Oh, yes. Hello and welcome to the Chrissie Swan Show.
G'day.
It is a very rare sight at the moment. I am sans bum bag.
I know, I'm so excited.
I knew you'd be proud of me. I have got a little bit of an over-the-shoulder handbag number going.
You do?
Because we have just come fresh from lunch. Nova Sales took us out for lunch.
Shout out to Wilsey and the crew.
Thank you so much. And my chili scramble at High Ground was delicious. Thank you so much.
If you're ever in Melbourne and need like a sick brunch or lunch spot, High Ground is beautiful. And it's like you're eating in a big church, Swanee.
I can't believe I've never been there before. Well, today was my first, will not be the last. Now, do not fret. I am still a massive fan of the bum bag, but now we're going to do a round of Who Am I?
We sure are.
Who am I? A queen in the kitchen? Could be. Now find your queen vanilla in the baking aisle to discover how a little queen does wonders in your bakes.
What's my name?
Who is it? Chrissie Swan's Who Am I?
Hello, Penny. Random question for you, just because I'm suddenly interested. How many coffees have you had today?
One, and I was on my way to get a second one.
Yes. How good is that moment when you know that you're seconds away from your second coffee?
Absolutely.
I've had 4, which explains.
How good's Thursday, Penny?
Yeah, I'm usually at 3 by now.
Yeah, good girl. And Thursday's our favourite day of the week. And it's about to be yours because I feel like you are going to take away the cash today, Penny. I've got 5 clues in front of me about a particular celebrity, and I've also got $500 cash. I'm going to take away $100 every time you get one wrong, but I don't think you'll get too many wrong, Penny. Clue number 1. I was the breakout star on my reality show.
Kim Kardashian?
Nope.
Good guess, though. Clue number 2 for $400 cash.
I deal in fact, not fiction.
Oh, good clue.
Great clue. Also, like, if you know, you know now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Clue number 3 for $300 cash.
I am a Melbourne-based powerhouse with big hair. Reality
Courtney
show.
Love?
No.
Clue number 4 for $200 cash.
Lives in Melbourne. My sister, Bettina, has her own fashion label.
Do you have
No.
jeans and stuff, Bettina?
Yes.
Clue number 5 for $100 cash.
I'm not just a real housewife. I'm also a barrister.
Oh,
Penny.
You're
the one area I have no clue in.
Penny.
All the other ones.
It's Gina Liano.
Oh, no.
Do you know her now?
I do now. I will look into it.
You need to go and watch The Real Housewives of Melbourne, Penny, because you will hear gold like this.
Then I'm going to have a champagne.
Good, have one. Why don't you have 7? And when you get home, get your husband to review your medication. Because clearly
I'm not on medication,
the testosterone level needs to come down and everything else needs to come up.
Yes, Gina.
What an absolute queen.
The best housewife we've ever turned out.
Sorry, Penny. Better luck next time. We'll play again tomorrow.
The Chrissie Swan Show.
It's Chrissie time at Priceline Pharmacy, and you're sure to find a little something for everyone, from fragrances and gifts to a new party look. Give great gifts, feel fab, and love paying less. That's the Chrissie spirit.
Head in store or online at priceline.com.au.
The Chrissie Swan Show.
I want to talk about Adam Sandler and things that he does that make his daughters cringe. He's got teenage daughters. And if you have teenagers at home, or even tweenagers like I do, there is going to be stuff that you don't know why, but it makes your kids go cringe.
I mean, for Adam Sandler, surely number 1 is starring in the film Click. Because if my dad starred in that, I wouldn't want to know him.
Excuse me, with the great Sophie Monk. She was talking this week, and she said that one of the highlights of her career was the catering that Adam Sandler organised on the film Click.
Hey, that's a tick in his name if he's organising good food for everyone.
She said it was like a 5-star hotel buffet.
Good on him. Terrible movie.
Anyway,
though.
but he's moved on from there, and now his kids. 13, 24, 10, by the way, what do you do unintentionally that makes your kids roll their eyes or just makes them uncomfortable and say things like, in the parlance of our times, cringe? We're just doing our best. Adam Sandler kisses people on screen. Because he's a movie star, and most of the movies that he makes are rom-coms that involve kissing people, and his daughters hate it.
It's interesting, though, because I feel like as they get older, like maybe when they're in their 20s, they'll appreciate that he's kissing pretty incredible women.
Yes, I know. They may come to that conclusion.
Like, imagine if Dad was kissing Jen Aniston.
At 15 and 17.
I get you're not there yet.
They don't want to see that. And also, kids never see their parents as sexual beings.
True.
There's always something so gross about that.
Do you do anything that you know annoys your kids, or do they not tell you?
I think, we get along very well, but it does make them very uncomfortable when I'm excited.
Really?
Yes. So, if a song comes on in the kitchen and I, get loose and just really enjoy it, they will scatter out of the kitchen like I've set off a gun.
Actually,
they can't watch. They can't bear it.
I remember being like that at their age because anything Mum or Dad did that I would classify as daggy would make me cringe.
Yeah, and enjoying yourself is
daggy.
Very daggy and very confrontational for children.
Yes.
The Chrissie Swan Show.
Let's talk about the things that you do as parents that make your children most uncomfortable and say things like, oh my God, cringe. Oh my God, that is so cringe. Or what my kids do, because they are respectful of their mother, that's me. They will sometimes just exchange a very quick glance that I can see and I know everything that is passing between
Do you
them.
acknowledge the glance when they do that? Because my sister Georgia and I do that and Mum always acknowledges. She goes, what?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There's nothing that we don't see. Marie, what do you do that makes your kids go cringe?
Hey, Chrissie.
Hey, Marie.
Just similar to you, when I used to dance when they were little, when the music came on, the TV or the radio, I used to dance. And my kids would go, Mom, stop, please stop.
Yeah, it's
and
unbearable for them to see you having a good time.
Well, I thought that I was such a bad dancer. And when they grew up, I asked one of them, Sean, was I really that bad? And he said, you look like a stripper.
Marie.
That's fantastic.
Own it, lady. You've got a Priceline Pharmacy voucher. Lisa, what do you do that makes your kids go cringe? Hi, Lise.
Hi. I drop my boys off at school. They hate me giving them a kiss goodbye. They're only 7 and they think, Mum, you're embarrassing me.
But that's the whole point of having children, is to embarrass them. Last week, I dropped my boys off to school and they crossed the road and they were walking past the car.
No.
And I wound down the window and I said, go well, sons.
Oh, you're so annoying.
Leo wanted the ground to swallow him whole. Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, Lisa. John, what do you do that makes your daughters say cringe? John.
I don't mind TikTok. I don't really mind it. But my daughters, they're forever doing those stupid TikTok dances. And when they do, they should really, really look behind them because I'm there doing exactly what they're doing. Fair enough.
At what point do they realise that you're there when they go to post?
No, my younger daughter, she's got like a sixth sense, and she spots me in the back of her, like in the corner of her eye, and she's just that, and then she'll get her older sister going, and then she'll lose it, and I decide to tell them that, well, look, you can either join in and embarrass you this way, or I can tell you how you were conceived.
Oh, well,
wow.
I know which one I'd go for, John. Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you. Karen, let's finish with you. What do you do that makes your kids say, oh, my God, cringe, Mum?
Cringe.
Okay, so my daughter, she worked at McDonald's when she was a teenager, and I would deliberately go through the drive-through when she was on the drive-through with the microphone on and everything, and I would put on an Irish accent and say that I wanted to upsize my Coke, but it didn't come out like that. It come out like, oh, and I'd like to upsize my cock, thanks.
Yes. And how did she react to that, Karen?
Well, she never really was 110% sure if it was me or if it wasn't, and she'd get in trouble if she sort of treated it as a joke. So she had to go through the whole thing until I'd go through the drive-through.
And then
the window.
She would greet you with,
go,
Mum!
Mum!
Mum! Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, cringe.
That suddenly got NSFW.
It really did.
The Chrissie Swan Show. Chrissie's Clickbait.
When are we doing this deep dive into Hall and Oates? Second, aren't we? Let's talk Dawn French first.
Let's.
Dawn French, who is one of my queens. I was so sad to hear that she'd cancelled her tour down under.
Oh, was she meant to be coming?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Yes. You're the one who forwarded me the email. And then I forwarded it back to you.
I'm sorry, I did know this because we were trying to get an interview.
We were
That's
trying
right.
to get her. No, she's had to have an operation in the UK where she lives. And she's cancelled all of her dates. God, I hope this is true and I'm just making it up.
No.
Like the mad woman that I am.
You're correct. Did the...
Tom, Google it.
Well, Tom's just there looking at us.
I know.
Was The Vicar of Dibley one of yours? Did you love that show?
Everything she ever did.
Loved that show.
Was one of mine. But she has sat down and had an interview. And I will watch anything she does. And she admits that she completely crossed the line with Prince Charles, who, I mean, I have heard he's got quite a ribald sense of humour.
Yeah, I imagine all the royals sort of do behind closed doors.
But she got this wrong. So what you need to know ahead of this audio grab is that she has played very suggestive roles in her time. She has played the role of Bottom in The Midsummer Night's Dream, William Shakespeare, if you don't hardly mind, and also the role of Mrs. Beaver in the Narnia film. That's where she was when she ran into Prince Charles and she had this conversation.
He said to me, well, the last time I saw you, I saw your bottom, referring to the character Bottom in Midsummer Night's Dream that I played. And I thought, right, we're off. And I said, and tonight, sir, you will see my beaver. And then I did lots of over-laughing, and he very quickly moved on.
I love it when you say the wrong thing by mistake. It reminds me of a time my sister was in the backyard with a friend of my mum's, an older man. My sister was about 20 or something, like of age, don't at me. And mum was mad for tabbouleh in the 80s.
Oh, yes.
And she'd sent my sister out to the backyard to get a lemon off the tree. This friend of my mum's followed her out there. I don't know, he was probably stoking up the incinerator as we used to do on the weekends in the 80s.
How fun. What a great time to be alive.
So fun. Anyway, she said, she pulled the lemon off and she said, oh, this will do. It's just for a quick squeeze. And he goes, what? You and me? I know. Stranger danger. She said, no, the lemon, and then sashayed back inside. There's another example of maybe someone not being on the same page as you.
Oh, that's
humour-wise. Grim. How many times do you think over the last 20 years we've gone, what? You and me? 1,000 times. Family folklore.
How good.
All right, let's get to the biggest story of the year. I'm going to say it. Hall and Oates are fighting. Mum and Dad are splitting up, and I am sad about it.
Now, question number one, Swanee.
Oh, you're going to ask me which one's Daryl Hall and which one's John Oates? I don't know, and I've never known.
Okay. Question number two.
I'm going to say the blonde one is Daryl Hall, and the dark-haired one is John Oates, but I am probably wrong.
I think you're correct.
Okay,
I think you're spot on. My second question now is, how old are they? To be in a legal battle now, surely they're old.
They are in their early to mid-70s.
That's too old.
I mean, I would really hope that I'm too tired to fight when I'm in my 70s. This is what's happened. The blonde one has gone, I think, the blonde one has filed a lawsuit in Nashville. Every musician lives in Nashville, apparently. Yeah. And those documents are sealed, so we don't know what that's about. It's broadly over a debt and financial agreement. So I'm guessing that somebody wants some royalties from someone.
Right.
Over writing credits. But interestingly, added to that sealed court document is a restraining order. Now, for God's sake, the little curly one is about 4'11". I mean, come on. Hall and Oates, I'm devastated about this. As devastated as I was about the brothers from Oasis fighting. Get it together, men. Get it together, Daryl and John.
Correct.
And sort it out, because we are going to miss bangers like this. How do you even choose? Have you got my favourite? Oh no, this isn't my favourite, but it's great. Because your kiss is on my list. People wrongly think that stop that. People wrongly think that lyric is your kiss is on my lips. It's not. It's your kiss is on my list.
Which is kind of annoying.
Of the best things in life. Now play my favourite. I'm upstanding. Cause you know it don't matter anyway. Rich girl, ooh. You can rely on a old man as a rich girl.
This is the Chrissie Swan Show.
You know, I've got a massive weekend ahead of me, Jack.
I do.
Pray for me. I'm also excited because I do love to entertain. I love having everybody over. And it's my firstborn's birthday. And the great thing about Leo being born so close to Christmas is it gives you a good little rehearsal.
True.
For the Christmas season. And I am thinking, pray for me, I'm thinking of giving a shot at putting together a platter. Because I've got about 20 people coming for lunch on Sunday. Summer's coming. It's around the corner. It's a good practice for Christmas and all the Barbies and stuff that you've got to go to and you've got to bring something. I feel like if I can give a platter a crack, I'll be winning.
Now, you do a lot of great things in the kitchen.
I do.
I'm not sure if a platter's one. How many platters have you made in your life? You've never made me one.
Great question, Jack. 0.
Okay.
0. I'm coming from a very low base.
I am the king of platters, and I think maybe you should just let me make the platter for you because I don't know how. I don't want Leo to be disappointed in front of his friends and family.
Well, okay, I think now is a good time for me to tell you I've got very, very strong opinions about what should and shouldn't be on a platter.
Well, very
strong opinion. Very strong.
Okay. So...
I challenge you.
Oh, no.
I know that you're very bougie.
Yes.
And everything looks amazing.
Well, that's what a platter should do. It should look amazing with beautiful meats and cheeses, etc.
I'm more about how it tastes than
Right.
how it looks. But I reckon together we may be able to sort something out. I challenge you to a platter off.
Okay, done.
What are you doing after the show?
I'm going to Robbie Williams, but I've got about an hour I can hang around here for.
Does it take an hour to put together a platter?
Well, no, I'm saying that I'll give you an hour of my time. I hope we do it quicker.
Oh, no, I'm going to whip your ass.
Tom, go downstairs and buy us some Don and stuff, and we'll whip one up next after the
Make
show.
sure there's mortadella in there, if you know what I'm saying.
And let's also upload it to Instagram. And actually, let's do this. Let's not put our names to them. Let's just upload, because
Okay.
people will favour you. Let's just upload the platters separately. It can be platter A, platter B.
Okay.
And I want everyone to vote tonight.
The question is, referendum style though, very important. And the question is, which would you eat from first? Not which looks better.
No.
Which would you
No,
eat?
it's not about eating. It's just which platter is the best. We're going to do that after the show. Next, though, Chrissie's Quizzy.
Chrissie's Quizzy.
I'm just doing a spot of research here to work out who's Hall and who's Oates.
No, I
First
think
question. I was right.
you were right, Swanee.
Vanessa, hello.
Hello.
Are you sad that, you know, our 1970s and 80s mum and dad seem to be fighting Hall and Oates?
Absolutely not, no.
Well, Vanessa, let's move on to Jenny. Jenny, are you sad about Hall and Oates?
A little bit. I did know that song that you played, but I can't say that I know many of their other tunes.
Oh, you need to get onto it, Jen, because it will change your life.
Because it's 1982.
I've got your names are your buzzers. Vanessa, you've got many, many syllables in your name. I would go for a shorter version, but, you know,
V.
I'm not you. Ness. Yeah?
No, that's annoying. V's, you can hear it more. I can't hear Ness.
Okay.
Okay.
It's all about Jack, guys. Your names are your buzzers. It's the best of 5, meaning the first person to get 3 answers correct wins the bum bag. Let's go, ladies. Question number 1. Aforementioned rock duo Hall and Oates consists of band members Daryl Hall and who? I seem to have misjudged the importance of Hall and Oates.
Did you have?
I think I have.
We spent like 5 minutes on it and played their song too.
What about Whoa, here she comes.
Oh, that's a tune.
Watch out, boy. You know that one, don't you, Jen?
She's the man-eater?
Yes, but that wasn't the question.
I
That was
knew
just
that
that was just next one.
Question number 2, no one is yet on the scoreboard.
The answer was John Oates, the short, curly-haired one. Question number 2. We will never speak of Hall and Oates again. Can you name the Greek goddess of love and beauty?
Vanessa.
Yes, Vanessa.
Zeus.
No, he is God. And it's Aphrodite, but I think they might have been married, Zeus and Aphrodite. Of course, it's all made up theory.
Also, Aphrodite, a great Kylie Minogue song.
100%.
Question number 3.
Miley Cyrus turns 31 today. What a baby. Happy birthday to you, Miley. Name one of her songs. Just one.
Vanessa.
Yes, Vanessa.
Wrecking Ball.
Yes, Wrecking Ball.
1 point to Vanessa. Someone's on the scoreboard. Yes. Question number 4.
What is the official language of Brazil?
Jen.
Yes, Jen.
Spanish?
It's not. That's a trick question. These are too hard. Portuguese.
Okay. Question number 5.
Which singer did 50 Cent bring on stage at a recent
Vanessa.
London? Yes, Vanessa.
Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
2 points to Vanessa. Vanessa, this next one is for the win.
Okay.
Mozart was a prolific what?
Vanessa. Jen.
Yes, Vanessa, for the win.
He was...
Google
like
it.
a music director.
Yeah, no, he's a composer. We'll
We'll
give it to
take
you.
it.
Well done. You've got the bum bag. Hopefully there's a bit of energy in that today for somebody.
Worst quizzes we've done.
The Chrissie Swan Show. The Chrissie Swan Show.
Get ready to get cranky.
Swan's sweeping statements.
This is where you have the conch. That's a Lord of the Flies reference.
Conch.
Yeah. We give you the conch, and when you've got the conch, you can say whatever you want without fear or favour. Your most unpopular opinion is welcome here, 13 24 10. Here's mine. Oof, I'm nervous to say it.
I love that. That means it's going to be juicy.
In terms of parenting, I do not believe in punishments. I've never punished my children, not ever, not once, not for anything.
Why is that? Why don't you believe in it?
Because if you punish your children enough, they just get better at hiding their mistakes. And mistakes are magical. Mistakes should be made every single day as often as you can in the safety of your own home and out of it, because there's no other way that you can learn to trust yourself. And I mean, I've never punished them. Never. Ever, ever, ever. You know how you hear those people go, oh, he bought too many Roblox tickets, so I've taken his phone off him for a week.
Yeah, the iPad's been buried.
I've never, ever banned anything, taken anything away, nothing, because it doesn't work.
Yeah,
It does not work.
I think especially reflecting on my childhood, coming into teen years, I think that's key.
It's absolutely
Because that's
key.
when people try to hide stuff. Whereas if, like, I've always had really kind of great chill parents like you, and I never had to hide anything because I wasn't scared.
Correct.
Great sweeping statement,
Thank
Swan.
you.
Mine's far more trivial and
Oh,
silly.
I love it. It's your specialty.
And superficial.
Yes.
If you think
Yeah.
it is okay to wear an Apple Watch or any sort of smartwatch to a formal type event,
Yeah.
you are wrong. I am sick to death of seeing people attend nice dinners, weddings even,
Yeah.
events, and they're all like kitted out perfectly, sick
Yes.
outfit, and then you see this ugly strap on their wrist and that hideous face watch.
I like the
And,
way that Apple Watches look.
Yes, I'm looking at you, Tom.
And also, the thing is, no, I'm not supposed to argue with you
No,
about it.
argue. I love arguing though.
But I just feel like our whole lives are wrapped up in, like, I never take my Fitbit off ever. And yes, I've got a fancy bougie one.
Yours is bougie.
For that reason.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like a Trojan horse. I can get away with it. But I can't, if I don't have that watch on, and people are the same with their Apple Watches, I don't even know who I am. I don't know where I am.
That looks like a piece of jewellery though, Swan. You do get away with that. It sounds like I'm just being biased with you, but you do get away with that.
I agree, I
But
do.
the actual just thick Apple Watches with a strap, like, it just ruins an evening look. Do you know what I'm saying?
Swan's sweeping statements.
Punishments don't work. I've never punished my children, and I never, ever will.
And Apple Watches or any sort of smartwatch is not acceptable when going out for dinner or anything slightly formal.
Now, here are the rules of the game. You are entitled to your opinion, and we are not allowed to challenge you on it. You got it, Billy?
Yep, got it.
Now, Billy, before we go on, I've noticed that you are from a suburb called Frankston, and I've got to ask.
You're not.
Have you seen
Oh.
Tones and I in the wild?
Of course I have, absolutely.
You're the first
For
person.
once.
You are the first person that's seen her in the wild. What was she doing?
Well, she's a local Mount Eliasian.
Yes.
So just getting her groceries.
Yeah, great. Love it. Love it. All right, Billy, what is your sweeping statement?
Well, to follow on from your talk with the Apple Watch and Garmin, I cannot go anywhere without mine on. And my friends call it the Ben 10 watch. They tell me to stop wearing my Ben 10 watch everywhere.
Ben 10 watch.
That's fantastic,
God,
Billy.
that's a reference from my kid's childhood. Is Ben 10 even still around?
I don't think so. I haven't heard about Ben for a while.
That is great. I also, Billy, cannot live without my Fitbit. Absolutely not. Never leave the house without it. Hayley, what is your sweeping statement?
I hate celery. I literally hate it. It's the most disgusting vegetable on earth.
Okay, that is fair. But what?
Not even in a stew. Not even with
Really?
peanut butter. Literally disgusting. It ruins the spaghetti.
Really?
Hate it.
So when you're making
with every fibre of my being.
I can hear that passion, Hayley. When you're making a bolognese sauce and the Italians make a sofrito, which is carrot, onion and celery, no for you.
Piss that celery off.
I love how much you hate it. Virginia, what is your sweeping statement?
I believe that you don't need to drink alcohol to have a good time.
Amen, Virginia. I agree.
Amen.
Agree. Do you not drink at all or you just don't drink much?
No, well, back in the days, the clubbing days, I used to be the driver and I never touched alcohol, and I used to, give me a great song, a dance floor,
yes,
and that's my good time.
Yes, Virginia, I'm the same.
But
I don't need it.
Virginia, you're different, but Virginia, you've never experienced fun then. Like...
Virginia, do not listen to him. He's breaking the rules where he's negging your opinion. I am with you, Virginia, and I think a lot more people need to give that a go. Sorry, Jack. Lauren, let's finish with you. What is your unpopular opinion?
So I think it's really cringe when you're at a concert and everyone puts their phone torches on.
Do you?
Hate it.
They do it at most concerts. I did it at Sam Smith. Taylor makes you do it.
Well, I'm not doing it at Taylor's.
Oh, how do you feel about the old Mexican wave, Lauren? You would hate that.
Oh, that's the worst.
I hate it.
Chrissie's Clickbait.
I'm going to play you some amazing Miley audio before the end of the show. But in the meantime, I just want to say, when you've got to go to the toilet, you've just got to go to the toilet. And there has been many, many examples of this year, including in this very studio. But let's all put our toilet rolls out for this woman who has been on a flight and for reasons unknown to me could not get access to a toilet. I feel like they were on the tarmac and they were delayed.
Yeah.
And she has threatened, obviously, several times that she needs to go to the toilet. And she doesn't wee, but she does pull her pants down in front of everybody and squat. Have a listen to everyone's horrified reaction.
I'm ready to pee over here. I mean, sorry, everybody. Are you serious?
And that's all it takes to shock and horrify everyone. Just a woman pulling down her pants. She actually didn't wee. Did you notice?
No.
She didn't.
And I don't think she was going to. You could tell it was a threat, but wow, what a sight.
That is a lot.
What do you do? So, obviously this happens a lot and we've heard many stories this year. What do you think the answer is for these flight attendants? Do they just, even in turbulence, do you just open the cubicle door and let them go? Because what is the alternative? People can only hold on for so long.
I agree. And it's never got to the stage where I've had to pop a squat in the aisle and take my pants down. Or in the case of this woman earlier on in the year, she actually did a wee in the aeroplane galley.
I need to piss in 2 hours. You tell me you cannot, you close the door. I cannot hold the pee.
No, you need to drink water because your pee smells like disgusting.
Because your pee smells like disgusting.
You need to drink water because your pee smells disgusting. Someone's had asparagus the night before.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do get it. You can only hold on for so long, but thank God it's never got to that for me. Now, as promised, Miley Cyrus, who is an unbelievable talent. It was only yesterday when I was pulling out of the petrol station after filling up my car that I was thrilled to turn on Nova and hear my uplifting song, Midnight Sky.
Tune. I thought you were going to say the most recent one. I'm like, that's not uplifting.
No, it is such a tune. Put it on your playlist if you possibly can. I wish that she'd sung this at a very intimate live performance at the Chateau Marmont. But she sang Flowers. Please enjoy this unbelievable song.
The roses that you left now they're dead. No remorse, no regrets. I'll forgive every word you said, but I won't forget. Ooh, I've been on the leaving, I've been on the time.
Isn't she amazing?
I started to cry, but then remembered I'm the CEO of my company.
Now, you may remember that earlier this year she said that she's not going to do big stadium tours anymore because that'd make her feel icky inside.
Yeah.
So that means that is the first time that you and I and everybody listening to the Chrissie Swan Show have enjoyed Miley Cyrus singing Flowers live.
And she seemed to be enjoying the crowd sort of response there because she was throwing in gags.
She was. She went full Bob down with that. Also, she debuted a new song. We don't know too much more about it apart from the fact it sounds like this.
Wouldn't mind if it goes. Don't leave me out.
Oh, I like
Oh, I love it too. Got goosebumps.
Don't let me down.
There's something happening to my boobs. Something's happening, Jack. Something's happening in my boobs.
Hey, I tell you what else is going to be happening straight after this show, Swanee.
What?
Is you and I getting in that Nova kitchen and having a platter off. Now,
Yes.
at 3 o'clock, you revealed you want to make one for Leo's 15th this week.
I want to give it a go, and my objective is to just have stuff on that everybody loves. So I think I'm going to have to find some tomato sauce.
Okay, you are. Actually, for 15-year-olds, you are.
Yes.
What we're going to do is we're going to make a platter each.
Yes.
We're going to upload them to Instagram at
Yes.
the Chrissie Swan Show.
Yes.
We're not saying whose is who.
Yes.
There'll be platter A and platter B. We need everyone to vote, and then tomorrow we will know who the winner is of said platter. And if my platter wins, I'm happy for you to take it for the weekend for Leo.
Can I please?
Yeah, absolutely. And our mates, good mates Don, have come along to help us out. Add authentic flavour, kick to your platters, pizzas and pastas this summer with delicious Don salami. Yum.
All I've
Is
got to
Don
say
is good.
White Hungarian. Yes. Yes.
Now check this out. The Chrissie Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.